The sound of a speeding car cutting through the night filled the air. It wasn't an ordinary night for the main character. He stood at the edge of the road, gripping his bag tightly. His heart pounded like thunder, not from fear, but from a feeling he couldn't explain. This was the moment his life would change forever. A pair of headlights pierced through the darkness, and then it happened. A girl appeared. She seemed out of place, walking alone under the starry sky. Her presence was calm, yet it carried an unspoken mystery. The main character's eyes locked onto her, and for a split second, the world around him faded away. Suddenly, danger struck. A vehicle barreled toward him, and before he could react, the girl stepped in. Without hesitation, she saved him, but the impact was unavoidable. Blood stained the ground, and the cold night became silent. Hours later, he woke up in a hospital bed. Pain coursed through his body, but his mind was elsewhere. The girl? Where was she? His chest tightened at the thought of her being gone. But then, like a miracle, she appeared again, standing in the doorway, perfectly fine. "Are you okay?" she asked softly, her voice like a gentle melody. He could only nod, his words lost somewhere between gratitude and awe. But there was something unusual about her, something he couldn't put into words. Days passed and they met again. The main character, who had always been reserved, felt a pull toward her. She wasn't like anyone he had ever met. Her confidence, her mystery, it was as if she carried secrets too big for the world to hold. "What's your name?" he finally asked one day, his voice shaking slightly. She smiled, her eyes meeting his. "Does it matter?" she replied with a teasing tone. Her answer left him even more intrigued. As time went on, their paths crossed more frequently. She appeared when he least expected it, always with that same calm aura, but there was a distance between them, an invisible wall he couldn't break through. What was she hiding? One evening, under the orange glow of the setting sun, she asked him a strange question. "Do you believe in destiny?" He blinked, unsure of how to respond. "I don't know," he said honestly. "Do you?" Her gaze shifted to the horizon, and for the first time, he saw a flicker of sadness in her eyes. "Maybe," she whispered. The days turned into weeks, and their bond grew stronger. She brought out a side of him he didn't know existed, a braver, more hopeful side. For someone who had always walked alone, she became his light in the dark, but the mystery around her only deepened. One night, as they sat together under the stars, she finally opened up. "I made a promise," she said, her voice barely audible, "a promise that changed everything for me." He leaned closer, hanging on to every word. "What kind of promise?" he asked, his heart racing. She hesitated, her expression unreadable. "One that I can't break, no matter what," she replied. The weight of her words left him speechless. What kind of promise could hold such power over someone? Have you ever felt like someone was hiding a part of themselves from you? What would you do if you were in his place? Determined to learn the truth, the main character decided to spend more time with her. Together, they shared moments both big and small, watching fireworks light up the sky, walking through quiet streets and talking about dreams they'd never shared with anyone else. But even in their happiest moments, a shadow loomed over them. He could feel it, though she never spoke of it. Then came the day he feared most. She appeared before him, her expression serious. "I have to leave," she said softly, her voice breaking his heart. "What? Why?" he asked, panic rising in his chest. "It's the promise," she explained, tears brimming in her eyes. "I can't stay." He couldn't accept it. For the first time in his life, he had found someone who made his world feel complete. "You don't have to go," he pleaded. "We can figure this out together." But she shook her head, her sadness evident. "Some things can't be changed," she said. The main character stood frozen, helpless as she walked away. The days that followed felt empty, like a world without color. But deep inside, he refused to let go of hope. Weeks later, on a quiet night, she returned. This time, she wasn't alone. She carried a small notebook, its pages filled with handwritten words. She had been hiding her feelings, her struggles, to protect him from a truth he still didn't fully understand. But in that moment, it didn't matter. All that mattered was that she was here, and they had another chance to write their story together. What do you think kept her going through everything? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this heartfelt journey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more unforgettable tales.